two major classes of use cases that we're focused on. The first is use cases that were not previously possible. You can think of things like the creator economy, machine-to-machine payments, micropayments, natively embedded payments on the internet. And the second is access for those that previously did not have it. So you look at the emerging market landscape, places like Africa, Southeast Asia, Latin America. Those are all key. And we saw that there's a major demand for stablecoins. We absolutely love Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the focus of Lightning in the community, but people want the ability to have a stable asset globally, right? And as we've heard over the last few days, we have billions of people with smartphones, also feature phones, globally, but many of them don't have access to traditional financial services, and they don't even need access a stablecoin. You can do what we call unique assets, but our focus as Lightning Labs is on stablecoins because we see such major demand. And we're agnostic. We don't issue the stablecoins like $1 in Lightning. We just build the technology, and then the folks that are working on stablecoins will be able to issue them on Bitcoin. And not surprisingly, a lot of people are very interested in issuing stablecoins on Bitcoin because, as we know, Bitcoin is the most secure blockchain out there. It has the most hash power backing it up. It has by far the most users. It has the most utility. It has the most adoption globally. So people are really excited about this. And then once you're able to send stablecoins over Lightning, you get the high degree of scalability with Lightning, the low fees, and the instant nature of transactions. So we, in late September, released the initial code for Taro on Bitcoin testnet. Huge shout out to the folks in the Lightning Labs team who've been working tirelessly on it, and then the broader community of developers. Honestly, I don't think people sleep on our team, but they should sleep on it. I want them to rest more. And there's been an incredible community kind of contribution and feedback. Mainnet code will ship because it's always a danger in Bitcoin when you promise a ship date. But I know it's definitely going to be next year. I hope in the earlier part of next year. And that'll be the ability to issue Taro assets on Bitcoin layer 1 with then the Lightning portion, the ability to send Taro assets on Lightning to follow, hopefully again, quite quickly. And one important point of Taro is this. We hear about dollarized economies, right? Economies where the dollar, even if it's not the official currency, is the main way that people transact. But why don't we hear about, Bitcoinized economies, right? Now that's happening with our local communities, with certain countries making Bitcoin legal tender. You had El Salvador, Central African Republic. With Taro, the goal is to Bitcoinize fiat and Bitcoinize the dollar. And what I mean by that is, you're able to not only use the Bitcoin blockchain, the security of the Bitcoin network, the protocol and technology underlying Bitcoin to send and receive dollar assets, but over Lightning, the way that Taro works is you actually go from, say, a USD stablecoin, and then you route through Bitcoin over Lightning. So if I'm running a normal Lightning node with Bitcoin, I'm actually routing, without even necessarily realizing it, fiat payments. And then at the end, it actually does it transfer back to USD. So you could USD, Bitcoin, 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 a couple of nodes back to dollars.
Okay.
So what that means is Bitcoin becomes a global routing currency with Taro. People, they might have SETI, Naira, dollar, euro, pound, yen, whatever, and then they're all transacting through Bitcoin, right? Which is incredibly powerful, which means Bitcoin's utility becomes far greater because people are routing fiat currencies through Bitcoin, and you're Bitcoinizing fiat currencies, which is the way it should be and the way that it will be in the future. So as a result, this is actually a way to get many more people globally who might initially want access to dollars or stable coins, but then they might get a little curious and they're using, a wallet or an app, and they say, okay, maybe I want, part stablecoin, part Bitcoin. And then we get more and more people into Bitcoin, which becomes incredibly powerful for global adoption and providing people access and those that need it most.